Teddy Costa is going to be heavily defended by the Nomads as well. Nasta coming up top. He's going to beat. He will. He'll drop that one. He'll call immunity. And they're going to have to work this one out very slowly, be very meticulous because it's a small window for them to be able to score. Kiajian is going to be down after being beat, and Teddy Costa is going to be picked up and thrown down, and that is another situation. McCracken picked up Teddy Costa, threw him down on the pitch, and he's going to be sent to the box. Like I said, the Nomads very much the villains of Quidditch. McCracken with a good idea, just poorly executed. Illegal contact is going to be the call. David Fox stopping himself before running onto the pitch there for a second. The production crew here who, most of them never seen Quidditch in real life. They've seen plenty of it here today. Very intrigued by this relatively new sport. Only 10 years in existence, Quidditch is, and McCracken is in the box there after a pretty rough tackle on Teddy Costa. You don't see many people lift somebody up and then throw them down, although Teddy did jump up in the air. Now on the attack, it looks like a flip, and Costa might have a tackle. He does, a slight fumble, and it might be back contact coming up here. That's interesting. Oh, this is – the crowd is not happy with the call that's about to be made. They're going to say that Teddy is off broom, and that's how he can. They're going to say off broom after that tackle was completed. They're going to stand up the chaser for the Nomads, and guess what? He's probably going to go right. Whoa. They're going to say that the keeper here for the Bosnyan Bearsharks used both arms to wrap, and I don't think he's going to fight that. He doesn't look too upset about it. And Bassina. Oh, sorry, that's Arancibia. So both keepers for both teams are currently in the box right now. They won't have the keeper headbands on because in the rules of Quidditch, you always have to have a keeper. Teddy Costa is now that keeper as 2 penalties in back-to-back plays. Teddy Costa is going to jump up, try and get a block. It will not work as the ball was released before Costa made contact with the ball. I mean, with the chaser in the air, trying to play some defense. Because of the score from the Nomads, Arancibia is going to be back into the game. Tyler Trudeau is going to sub in. David Fox is out there, so a larger lineup in terms of scoring. Kyle Young is going to be out there without a ball. The question is, can Nasta distract Kelly long enough to force a turnover? Kyle Young is going to be hit on the calf, and Nasta is going to be there to try and find a way to distract him there as a shot is taken by the Bearsharks, and it forces a turnover. Nomads being told to kill the time so that McCracken can get back into the game, and now he is. Energy chant coming from the Bosnyan Bearsharks. 1.5 up front for the beaters, and it's actually going to force a bludger turnover. Now on the attack, Fox has contact. McCracken's going to retreat backwards. It's going to be the only reset for the Nomads. Now McCracken on the attack. David Fox, the only defender up top. He cuts to the left-hand side. Is he going to finish on the hoop? He's going to slip past the extended hands. Hold on a second. We got a penalty coming. Oh, there's a question of whether or not Kelly threw that bludger with the intent to hit somebody or he just threw it off the pitch, as Nasta is going to say you were not trying to hit anyone. Nasta's behind the hoops with the bludger underneath his knee. And this is Kelly is going to have to drop his bludger. He's going to be sent back to hoops for guarding, which is him trying to remove the third bludger from play when his team has bludger control, throwing it off the pitch. Nasta is the recipient of that third bludger. And they're trying to force a bludger turnover. Guarding should be a bludger turnover. But there was no card given. Kelly's going to throw, actually going to get a bludger thrown back to him. Bludger control remains as the 2 beaters for the Nomads will be side by side. Tyler Trudeau coming across half pitch. David Fox has possession of it, an Emerson grad back in the day. Formerly known as the Dread Fox, because he had some pretty long dreads back in the day. Said people didn't even recognize him after he cut them off. They tried to introduce him to himself at one point. They said, hey, have you met David Fox? He goes to Emerson. He's a pretty good Quidditch player, too, back in the day as well. Nasta's going to have a bludger go off the quad of one of the Nomads beaters, as the Nomads prescribe to the idea of switching point chaser from keeper to point chaser, not having a wing chaser rotate over. David Fox up top. Tyler Trudeau gets the ball back. Back over again, trying to work their way down with some smart beats. Let's see if they can come up with them. Back up top to Trudeau after they get the defenders to drop back even further. The goal is to get Nasta to corral all the beaters inside the keeper zone. And you have to take advantage because the Nomads beaters are hanging back so far against the hoops, and they're also going to the opposite side of wherever Nasta is. They make his throw pretty long, and Nasta has to use some strange techniques to get a beat up top. Although the Bearsharks do have bludger control, they want to maintain it after the score, so they're trying to make sure that they beat only one beater that doesn't have the ball so they can get a free run and double team on Kelly, who is the beater with the ball for the Nomads. So they're passing the ball back and forth before a tackle can even be initiated up top. They're constantly moving the offense there. They're trying to work their way, and they're going to throw it backwards. Trudeau's going to score. It's a small window to score on, and another beat from Nasta, pinpoint accuracy, and now an inaction with Kelly. Both beaters are going to be beaten. They're going to say that Nasta pushed that ball back, and they're going to give, Nasta, after he was beat, tapped that ball back towards his own hoops, and they're going to turn the bludger over. So that bludger control was originally going to go to the Bearsharks. Nasta, the Nomads are trying to say that Nasta kicked it. He did not. He swatted it back with his hand, trying to scoop it backwards, and now they're going to get a water break for the Nomads. $80-60, this game within snitch range, like you would imagine, two of the best teams in the country. The Nomads having a discussion with the official, and it should be a bludger turnover. It is going to be. Bludger control now lies with the Nomads. And Nasta trying to argue that it was an accident, knowing that how valuable that bludger control is. The Nomads 21-1 on the season, and in this tournament alone, in U.S. Quidditch Cup 11 alone, have lost twice as many games as they did during the regular season. 2 games lost yesterday. Now 1.5 to occupy Nasta to give McCracken a chance, and guess what? Nasta is not deterred. Hits McCracken right on the hand, pops the quaffle free, and beats McCracken backwards. As you've seen McCracken here today, the kid's got speed to burn coming around the perimeter. 11:51 into this game, a 2-goal lead for the Nomads, and the Bosnyan Bearsharks looking at their final pool play game, and a scoop on the far left-hand side over here, and it looks like it could be a goal for the Nomads to increase it to 3, and a tackle up front. Trudeau forces a shot, a difficult one, but made nonetheless. A fast break, the Nomads star in those kind of situations. They love to get out there in transition, out in space. Michael Lee will now enter the game for the first time today, number 9 for the Bearsharks. Tyler Trudeau is going to be beat, and that's going to send one of the bludgers back to the hoops, and it looks like Kelly is going to be missed by Nasta as he turned his back to him. Nomads trying to get an attack going. Both of their beaters are down. Nasta is out of the play. Kelly trying to work his way backwards, and the Nomads will get an interception near mid-pitch, and they're trying to increase the lead down to 40. Trudeau coming in and actually throws his shoulder at the female chaser, and the Bearsharks are going to get a tackle. Michael Lee is going to get a defensive stop by popping that ball loose. The Bosnyan Bearsharks, all about positivity, as they live by the motto of chill vibes only, a branch off of QC Boston, one of the most competitive teams in all of Quidditch. And if things go the way they should, they'll play QC Boston one more time in the course of this tournament with a chance to advance. Top 3 teams out of each pool are the ones that advance on to the next round. In the single elimination tournament that will start a little bit later on today, the Nomads trying to get away from trying to get a stop on Tyler Trudeau Not only is he big and bulky, he's got a pretty good shot as well, so he's a problem. A fake shot up top and a throw over the top of the hoops. It's going to be missed. And guess what? The Bearsharks are going to get a chance to reset, and they'll stay back and hang back on defense. Nomads running a short rotation. They have subbed in about 2 different players, and because the slow pace of this game, they're not gassing out like they normally would trying to get out in transition. They've only had a couple of goals where they've been able to get out freely. Nasta focused on 2 beaters, trying to get bludger control back, as trying to force a throw from Kelly, which will trigger the attack from Nasta. The question is what he'll do. Nasta forces the throw back, and Kelly is doing a good job of timing up his throw, and Kelly's going to be down again. Nasta just behind him. Immunity from Nasta to prevent him from being beat because Bearsharks don't have possession of a bludger. Back up top, Trudeau fakes over, drives to the left. He's not going to get away from anybody there. Nasta going to beat him, forcing him backwards, and 15 is beat and trying to continue to play. Didn't engage with Trudeau, so they won't call a penalty on him. Nasta up top going to get a beat on a chaser. At the very least, he's just going to make everybody run. And once again, they're going to get back to it here. The beater battle, very important, pivotal in terms of how well they're going to be able to score. A shot from across the pitch is going to be missed, and now a score up top, and it looks like it's going to trigger a no-match transition run. Michael Lee going to force number 3 backwards. That's Gibson, if I have my roster correct. Back to McCracken. McCracken not going to be met until he gets pretty close. 1.5ing again are the Nomads, throwing one of the bludgers that they possess backwards to allow a beater to run free and attack another beater. They're going to call it legal contact. We'll see in a second. Teddy Costa looks like he's about to sub back into this game here in a second. And some subs about to come into the game. Just heard one of the Nomads players say, get fresh legs. Both of the bludgers are back with Kelly. Kelly protecting one of those bludgers because it's not guarding if you're protecting not the 3rd bludger in this situation. So he's allowing his beater to go up there and try and wreak havoc against Nasta. It worked once, but it didn't stop McCracken from getting beat the second time, so we'll see if they do that. Teddy Costa about to sub in at beater, number 31 here on the right-hand side. Nasta gets another block, and bludger control goes back to the Bearsharks, and a force up top and a scored. McCracken takes a shot at the mid-hoop and finishes that one. Nasta and the Bearsharks have bludger control. All 3 bludgers are down, so no bludgers, and we'll see if Trudeau can come up with something before Kelly gets back in position. He'll get beat before, throw his ball over to the hoops, and they're going to call no good on the bludger. I'm sorry, they're going to call nothing on the throw from Nasta over here on the left-hand side. Somebody else tried to pick up that 3rd bludger, and Nasta gets a beat on them. Stu Driftlaw, who QC Boston seeker, Team USA seeker as well, about to enter the game, number 1. McCracken coming across mid-pitch. Bearsharks currently out of range, so they'll need to wait. Michael Lee had McCracken wrapped up temporarily, forced his arm backwards and stripped the ball. Hold on, they're going to call shoulder contact, even though Michael Lee had the elbow of McCracken at one point, pulled it backwards, and they're going to say contact from behind, and Michael Lee will be headed to the box. And subsequently, McCracken probably about to score here, as Tyler Trudeau is way outside the keeper zone, so he can be beat. A throw behind the hoops, and it's actually stolen and stopped by the Bearsharks. Trying to get cute, and it turned into a turnover. The Nomads have come up, and they have let their presence be felt. Hold on a second. How was Michael Lee assumed that the Nomads scored and he came out of the box. They did not, and Leanne Dillman is back into the game along with Nasta. This will be interesting. Dillman going to get a tap beat up front. A change in shift for the beaters. Dillman going to run over towards the Nomads bench to come recover her bludger. And they're going to work on Kelly here in a second. Tyler Trudeau is going to be pretty safe relatively with most defenders on him. Trudeau spins away. Dillman gets a beat. Kelly loses his bludger for a second as he tried to throw it back. It bounced off the hoop and went behind it. And in subsequent order, Tyler Trudeau with another goal. Buckets. The countdown is on in this Snitch range game. Ready to roll. Kelly about to beat Pagoda. And Kelly will take the simple beat up front. Beat over the top. And Stu Drifloff is going to get a shot at this beater up here. He's got the long range. He's also got the fitness to be able to go a long time on that stride. And oh, Pagoda almost came up with that snitch because Stu Drifloff forced the snitch one direction. And the snitch doing a good job of making sure he identifies where both seekers are. Stu Drifloff with a leap and maybe a grab. No, they're going to say the snitch hit the ground before the grab was good, and they're going to reset him. A pass up front of the hoops and a goal. Oh, it's going to rim out the front and be a miss for the Bearsharks. Now the Nomads in transition trying to make this one. Dillman with a nice beat up front. Costa on the attack. Pagoda is going to get deflected off. Now number 7 for the Nomads is going to come up here. Dillman behind her seeker and a beat off the foot of number 7 keeps it alive. Stu Drifloff in this game down to a 20-point lead for the Nomads. 100 to 80 here as Pagoda almost comes up with a snitch grab. This one going to come down to the very last moments here. Nasta with a bludger. He's running towards his own seeker. And a miss from Kelly up front on Pagoda. Oh, no, they're going to say nicked Pagoda's shoulder. McCracken in at the seeker position, taking the place of Stu Drifloff, who got about 3 runs at him. The seeker ready to roll here. Pagoda gets beat on the calf, and now he's coming in for a sub. And the snitch being so far away, that means Nasta's going to have to hold him off for quite some time. Nasta doing a good job protecting his calves, almost being tackled there, allowing Kelly to get beat on the head and hold on. Armancini's about to go up for a potential goal. The ball pushes forward after he's beat off of his calf, and Armancini is going to walk in front of that potential beat, and the Bearsharks got a grab. David Fox has it on the far side of the pitch. Hold on a second. And the crowd goes wild. David Fox may have just done it again. The chance for Bearsharks ring out. And it looks like this conference is going to be pretty quick. The Nomads may be eliminated. Hold on a second. The Nomads potentially eliminated from bracket play with 3 losses. They will not finish in the top 3 after being a number 1 seed in Pool A. With the snitch grab and a win, it is over, and the Bearsharks defeat the Nomads, and the snitch ball goes flying. David Fox does it again. The crowd comes onto the field to mob David Fox. And the Nomads, they got to go clap it up. Gainesville Siege coming to congratulate the Bearsharks on yet another dynamic run through pool play. Man, one heck of a game there, ladies and gentlemen. The Bearsharks victorious over the Nomads after Nomads getting out to a 3-0 lead at one point, and the Bearsharks with some crafty beating and some good hustle, some strong defense up front, do not allow the Nomads into bracket play. Nomads and the Bearsharks will clap it up. And David Fox does it one more time as he holds up the Bearsharks flag, themed after the flag of Bosnia. The Bosnian Bearsharks, a merger of the 2 groups of players that are represented on the team out of Boston, BOS, and New York, NY. The Bearsharks do it again, and they will celebrate here on the side, and we will take a quick break until the next game gets underway, as the Nomads, the number 1 seed out of Pool A, are eliminated before bracket play starts. Right here on U.S. Quidditch Cup 11, pitch 1.